What is going on, everyone? We are going to be doing an install video today, something that I've been wanting to do to the 4Runner for a long time. We are switching from our current bull bar style bumper to a full replacement bumper by a company named Backwoods Adventure Mods. I'm super stoked about this. I've been wanting to do this for a while to the 4Runner. I just never pulled the trigger, but I think I made the right choice, you guys, and I'm going to try to video the whole thing for you. And I think it's going to come out good. So let's check out what we got here. Here's the bumper. Okay, so here is how the bumper came in. It came in this huge box. I haven't opened it at all yet. I want to do a full unboxing of this thing. It came on a pallet. They used a pallet jack and brought it off the truck and everything. And I got a skid plate to come with it. That's the Backwoods Adventure skid plate. It goes from the bottom of the bumper to your skid plate underneath your motor. And then I also got some lights for it. These aren't Backwoods. These are just some no-name Amazon lights. They're cheap. They're like $100, but they're huge. They're like 9 inches. And I'm expecting them to be pretty bright. And this is what we are replacing. Excuse the mess. I'm building a trailer right now. It's a body armor 4x4 bull bar. I got that a while back. I want to say like 2 years ago. It was like $400, $500. And I basically just wanted something to winch off of and, you know, a little bit more protection on the front. But I have zero complaints about this body armor bull bar. It's been sweet. I've winched off of it several times, and I've winched other trucks larger than mine out several times. And I've had zero issues with it. It looks nice, it fits flush, but I just want the aggressive look of a full replacement. I've been wanting one for a long time, and like I said, I just never pulled the trigger on it, but I finally did, and I'm pumped. So let's get this thing put on and get started. Okay, I just got the metal straps taken off. Get this thing opened up. God damn. This thing is sweet. Right off the bat, you can tell this thing was packaged nice, and these guys are super professional about their products. Everything is wrapped, foamed. Wherever the straps meet the bumper, there's a piece of foam in between that so it doesn't rub through the powder coating. You can see all that. It's all secure. The bumper is strapped to the pallet, so it wasn't moving around at all during shipping. Everything looks super nice. There's foam under the bumper, there's foam around the bumper. In any spot that it would make contact with anything, it's protected. I'm gonna start taking this foam off and then we'll get a good look at it. Okay, there she is. That's how it showed up. Super awesome finish. And this thing is really light. I was surprised on how light it was. You can easily pick it up with one hand. It came with the bumper. The winch plate is in there. And then it came with one box with looks like some little weather stripping for where you cut and your hardware. So I'm gonna start taking off my old bumper and then we'll get started on putting on this one. All right, we got the old bumper off. We got the winch unhooked from the battery. Now it's time to start cutting. We are getting our measurements done. So in the instructions, basically, we're measuring a straight line from right here. From about midpoint on the headlight, it's gonna be down 3.5 inches. Midpoint from right here, it's gonna be down 5 inches. 6 inches along this bend on the body line, and then 6 3/4 along the bend right here. And on the inside, next to the grill, we're gonna go down 4 5/8 inches. And at your 4 5/8 mark, that actually makes halfway along these little honeycomb shapes on the grill. And that's where we're gonna be cutting. So we're gonna mark right there and halfway across all of these, all the way across the grill. Sanded it down and deburred everything. We're getting close. It's looking good. We got family pumpkin time today too. All right, for the next step, we are going to be taking the winch off of the old bumper, putting it on the winch plate and mounting that up. Let's do it. Okay, we're about to mount the winch plate. We got it on a stool balanced. It's gonna be 1 bolt here, 2 bolts up here that run through there. We're gonna get it mounted on. All right, we got the winch plate mounted on. We got our winch on there. I'm gonna go ahead and run the wires for the winch right now before we get the bumper put on. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I am running the Smittybilt X20. It's a 10,000 pound winch and it fits in there perfect. Had no issues. You just got to bend that little cooler line behind the winch right there. But that's super simple. You can do it by hand. I'm super pumped. Let's get this bumper on. All right, we are putting our edge trim on. I'm kind of just sticking a fingernail in it and sliding it on. It's going on super easy. And after I'm getting it on, I'm just getting a rubber mallet and I'm kind of just giving it a couple of gentle taps. Try to get everything looking flush and even. It's looking nice and clean. Got our trim on both sides, got everything looking nice and neat. Now we're gonna get started on mounting that bad boy. All right, before I actually throw the bumper on and bolt everything together, I'm gonna mount my fog lights in there. I'm gonna be running these little yellow fog lights. They're nothing fancy or special, just some cheap LEDs from Amazon. And they can mount right there in that little hole. You can see that where the bolt goes through. I'm gonna put that on. I think it'll be a little bit easier than doing it when the bumper's on the truck. So let's get that done real quick. All right, bumper and fog lights are on. The 2x2 fog lights that fit in there perfect. It's the perfect fit. Everything just works on this bumper. Everything lines up great. All the mounting holes. The way the bull bar goes with the body line of the headlights is just perfect. It's a mean looking bumper. I love it so far. As far as the bolts go for the bumper itself, so you have these three, if you can see them. Let's see, let's focus going. There's one right there, and right there. So what I did was I tightened the bottom ones on both sides, not all the way, just tight enough to where I can move the bumper around and it wouldn't move back into place. And I wiggled the bumper around, got it where I wanted it, and then I tightened up the rest of them. It's pretty easy, and with the these access holes in the bumper with these two right there, it makes it super simple to install it. You can access the nuts on the back side with a wrench and then tighten everything up with a socket on the other side. But yeah, it worked out great. Loving it so far. Okay, we are gonna start mounting this skid plate on. It goes right underneath the bumper right here, and these two holes actually bolt to the bottom of your winch. The winch, two winch bolts that are closest to the motor, and then those two go into the factory, the top two factory skid plate bolts. I'll show you right now. So we're gonna be using this bolt right here and that one right there. The bumper even has a little cutout so you can access the socket in there. And then the other two are right there and right there. And it just slides into place right here, and you mount it all together. All right, there's that skid plate. That thing is sweet too. It looks nice with the bumper. It's got those vents for the, to let the air go through so it doesn't make much noise. Has their cool logo on there. So to mount it, you can see one thing that I had to do, my factory bolts on right here and right there were not long enough. So I took them to Lowe's and I matched them up, and I got a little bit longer ones to fit. And then another thing that I would recommend to you guys is to make sure that these holes are pushed far enough back when you mount your bumper. I initially had my bumper pushed a little bit too far back towards the truck, and I didn't have enough room to fit a socket in here. So I had to loosen up my bumper and kind of push it forward this way to make room for a socket. But other than that, everything's on there smooth. I'm going to torque it down and then we'll be done. All right, and here is the size of the bolts that I used to replace the stock ones at the bottom of the skid plate. They're a little bit longer than what you have factory, and they fit perfect. It's an M8 1.25 by 35. All right, we are going to work on getting these lights mounted now. I'm going to measure them off and kind of play with it and see where I like them. Probably one somewhere right here and the other somewhere right there. I'm going to take an equal measurement from the bull bar in and make sure that the big 9-inch light fits. And I'm going to get the wiring done first. These lights are pretty nice. They came with a relay and a switch and everything. But currently I am running this aux beam switch panel. I have it mounted right there in my dash. I'll show you. I have all my stuff on there, lights, air compressor, and then These are my ditch lights. My son put that on, so I left it on. That was pretty cool. I know under my hood looks like a freaking rat's nest, but I'm gonna clean it up, don't worry. One of these days when I have time. But yeah, let's get these lights wired up and mounted. It's gonna be pretty sweet. All right, we have our holes drilled out for our brackets for the lights. Got one on each side. Basically, all I did was lined up the edge of the bracket with the edge of this bumper right here, the edge of the hole, and then the front with the front lip. And this section of the bumper is aluminum, so it's super easy to drill through. And, now I'm gonna put these lights on and wire them up. All right, there she is, the final product. Got the lights mounted and wired up. And those lights are super bright. I'll link them down below so you guys can check them out. This bumper is sweet. Everything looks perfect. 100% satisfied with this bumper. Install process was simple. Can't get any better than this. Want to say thanks to everyone that watched this video, and thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate every single one of y'all. I really enjoy making these videos. I love working on these trucks. I love taking them out on trips and testing everything that I put on them out. And I want to do a shout out to the guys at Backwoods Adventure Mods. Y'all guys rock. Mo and Grant, they're two awesome down-to-earth dudes that will help you out in any way, shape, or form. Great customer service. I highly recommend them. And that's all we got for today. We'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what it'll be yet. Maybe a trip, maybe another install, who knows. But we'll have a good time doing it, y'all. Peace out.